My name is Penny ST, and I'm the host of Peace with Penny. This Shabbat, instead of writing what is on my mind as a preface to a trailer for an interview, I'm doing something a bit different. I'm acknowledging the horrific days we spent watching how Israel was monstrously attacked, acknowledging their response, and asking for advice. Let me begin with what got me into working on peace in the first place. It was the summer of 2014, and for my son's bar mitzvah present, just like many Jewish parents, we wanted him to bond with the Holy Land. Oh, it worked perhaps too well. My husband had stayed back at the hotel, and our friends, my son and I, had just stopped in a pharmacy.
Run to the bomb shelter, sweetie, please hurry. I didn't hear the sirens at first, but the Israelis did. They're used to hearing these things. We ran to the back of the storeroom. It was a 12-foot by 24-foot windowless bomb shelter. My heart's pounding. Boom! Boom! I hear it and feel the percussion of the exploding bombs. I'm trying not to get sick. I look at my 13-year-old son and I think I'll never forgive myself if something happens to him.
That's an excerpt from a speech I gave to the Orange County Jewish Bar Association. It was the first, but not the last time we had to run to a bomb shelter. Our adventure and my transformation is also the subject of my book, Blasted from Complacency, A Journey from Terror to Transformation in Israel. There is no chapter in a parenting book on what to do when a war starts and you're on a family vacation. Think touring extraordinary and sacred sites mixed with cowering in bomb shelters. I'm still trying to get over the Jewish guilt of taking my son to war for his bar mitzvah present. The impact of being human targets helped me understand the plight of Israelis living like this, and it also made me want to work on peace. How Israel is often described on the news is not what I'd seen with my own eyes. And I felt Palestinian parents also preferred their children playing safely in their backyards. The missiles exploded just near enough to blow apart my world as I knew it, forever changing me. And you'd never recognize my life today with what it was like then. I believe I found my life's purpose. Now let's talk about what's been going on in Israel and Gaza as a plea to our beloved ERETZ YISRAEL, land of Israel. Shabbat Shalom. I understand as best I can, not being in your position. I'm a Jewish mother from the Diaspora who in 2014 felt the percussion of the bitter Palestinian missiles. Thank you, Israel and the U.S., for Iron Dome, who blows up the missiles before they have a chance to land. Experiencing these attacks changed my life, surprisingly in a positive way. Now, 9 years later, my book, Blasted from Complacency, A Journey from Terror to Transformation in Israel, public speaking, and now my vodcast, Peace with Penny, are the platforms of my peace activism. Yet I was angry too. You want to protect your family with every fiber of your being, as we repeatedly hunkered down in bomb shelters. But once home and my sanity returned, I realized peace is the only solution. We listened to the understandable anger, frustration from years of terror attacks, the indescribable barbarism of innocent lives taken. Babies shot 50 times and beheaded by Hamas, charred bodies, burned alive. It's all too horrific to even repeat. This is a horror tale no one would compose because it is too outlandish to believe. Yet in 2023, here we are. Not since the Holocaust have we seen these types of atrocities and anti-Semitism, and yet we hear these repugnant actions described as merely resistance. The promise of never again is broken. Israel, you've lived the pain far too long. Don't let the assassins' barbarous actions taint your blood with their poison. Violent retaliation gives the extremists more ammunition, and worse is not a solution. It does matter how you protect your citizens. Don't take more innocent lives. Don't cause more traumatizing pain. Never lose your humanity. Find a humane way to protect your country, our country. We know Hamas has built the tunnels from where they shoot missiles and traffic supplies and people below mosques, schools, and hospitals, intentionally causing civilian casualties, callously making their people human shields. And we also wonder where they are holding our hostages. You are intelligent, resilient, creative, and strong. Too often the world's silence has been deafening and dangerous. But we hear your anguish. We are your mishpucha, what means family. Am Yisrael Chai, the people of Israel live. May you live in peace, shalom, and salam. On Fridays, I consistently write a front end to the trailer about what is on my mind. Today was harder and a little bit longer, and I apologize. Succinct is not one of my fortes. And it's not even really a trailer. These are more my thoughts about what's been on my mind. Usually I would be sending out a trailer for Tuesday's interview, but there are some things I needed to say, so I decided to take this time to do so. I'm hoping Todd Moorhead and Justin Cron, the producers of Hope in the Holy Land, a very fair film about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict by two Christian fellows who are scheduled for Tuesday, October 17th broadcast, won't be upset. As these tragic days go on, I'm trying to work out how I should handle the situation. My initial response is to continue the interviews and also stress what it is honestly like living under these unbearable times, given the situation, to try and work on peace, or if their members will be comfortable doing so. At any time, working on a peace vodcast for the Israeli-Palestinian conflict to many people seems like a lost leader. Some more vocally tell me it's a waste of time. As far as personal satisfaction, I feel metaphorically like a tycoon. There is nothing that I'd rather be doing. For me, this is a home run, other than my son, my legacy. After working on peace for 9 years, it may be a road less traveled, but it is my passion, and I'm grateful that I've taken this journey and for the folks who've joined me to see where the road leads. Now my personal knippel, which means in Yiddish, a woman's little bit of personal funds, are gone, and I need to find financial supporters so I can kick this up to the next level. We give hope because there are and have been Israelis and Palestinians working together at the grassroots level, some for decades. These peace organizations deserve to be known with louder voices than the extremists that we only hear and see from our television sets. Do you agree? But how does one maintain a peace vodcast between Israelis and Palestinian peace organizations when Israel is barbarously attacked and goes to war? After almost 3 years, there have been over 75 interviews with incredible peacemakers. So I've sought counsel from the peace organizations I interviewed to see what they are doing and how they feel. Some say our work is more important than ever. Some feel they'll have to pause at this time. No one has a crystal ball, and everyone is watching and waiting to see what will happen. Honestly, synchronistically, I've also been thinking about what I should do with Peace with Penny anyway. Now I'm also seeking counsel from our viewers. I have many questions. Should I make Peace with Penny a nonprofit organization? Although I seem to excel at that, my husband reminds me. How to obtain marketing expertise to kick our reach upwards so more people are aware of the incredible work these peace organizations do? Are there others Peace with Penny can collaborate with, etc.? There are many questions to ask, and we're looking for experienced folks to answer. So I ask you, are you that person or organization that would like to work on peace between Israelis and Palestinians, especially now, and would like to help? Or maybe you already do. Are you willing? These are volunteer positions, but the words of personal satisfaction are endless. Do you have ideas of how to grow this? My ultimate dream is to have a huge peace movement of Israelis, Palestinians, and people who care about Israel, Palestine from the diaspora with a strong, loud voice that we want peace so that every child can play safely in their backyards. I know, as always, that not everyone will agree with me, and I can just hear in my mind those that would advocate just blowing up the bastards to smithereens. But then what? It would just be an endless loop of hate with no long-term satisfaction. As I've said repeatedly, violence is not the solution. May you live in peace, shalom, and salam.